The city of Jerusalem, the nation of Israel. In my 35 trips to the Holy Land, one of my favorite things to see are the new archaeological excavations taking place throughout the country, where they dig up biblical history, where they dig up artifacts that actually were held by the people from the Iron Age, from the time of Solomon, from the time of David, from the time of Jesus, and even into the time of the early church. And as a result of that, I want to share something with you that we're going to do during the main event. I was able to work a very special deal with a friend of mine from Jerusalem Gates. We call him Shweki, and that's his name, but most of you have met him at some point if you've been to the Holy Land with us. And we're going to use the Antiquities for perhaps down the road for archaeological discoveries from the Holy Land or even the history of the Bible. But we have so many that what we want to do is this. We went to the internet, and the book was this thick that we used, and we took 3 of the top companies in America that sell biblical antiquities, authentic oil lamps, spears, sword, glass bottles, clay bottles, etc., ceramics from that time frame of, let's say, the time of David all the way to the time of Jesus and thereafter. And we priced the antiquities that we have on the table right here based on the internet price, and here's the big thing, and we cut it in half, sometimes 25, sometimes 50, sometimes 60% less than what the very object sells for on the internet. Let me give you an example. Now, this is not for sale, by the way. This is a jar with beautiful painting on it, and here's the sign, Middle Bronze, 2200 to 1500 BC, the patriarchal period. In other words, the time of Abraham, perhaps the time of Moses. And this is totally intact and totally authentic. Now, what we're going to do is this. We have before us oil lamps from 1500 BC to 120 BC, Samaritan ones found in Samaria. We've got Byzantine ones from the Byzantine Empire period, 4th century, 5th century, for example. We have a lot of Roman oil lamps, and what we're doing is we're going to make these available to you at a reduced cost of 25 to 50%. So there will be a tag with the number to match it. There'll be the internet price that we actually looked up on the internet for one, either exactly like it or similar to it, and then your cost. And then we also have a certificate to go with it. And the certificate, of course, the number will be up at the top, and it's a certificate of authenticity that tells you a little bit about it. Now, I have 20 of these lamps, and I also have, this is from my private collection, a coil glass bottle, which is extremely rare. Now, this is a lot more expensive, and we're not going to discount this much because it's so rare. But I have that on the table as well. So here's what we're going to do. During the main event, we're going to make these available. I want you to go back and look at them. And if you've ever wanted a piece of real Bible history, keep your lamps trimmed and burning. This is what Jesus was talking about when he said that. And keeping oil in your lamps. This is what Jesus was talking about when he said that. So you can have a piece of authentic history. These were found in digs and excavations in ruins by archaeologists. They were purchased by Jerusalem Gates. And again, we made an agreement for a massive number of things. In fact, Jonathan will show you a picture on the table of a lot of our antiquities. But this is what we're making available during the conference. Now, if someone is serious, now you have to be serious about the real expensive antiquities and the ones that are the more high dollar, we'll have someone to set you up with at least being able to look at them, but it has to be a private thing. We can't have everybody coming up here and bringing their kids and so on. But we've got daggers and swords that were used in wars. We've got arrowheads, just a lot of different things. And this all goes to Voice of Evangelism. The only thing I want to share with you is because you're receiving something, actually, we're making it lower than the actual cost of it in most instances. Your giving is not tax deductible. This is not, we give you this and you get to deduct on your taxes. We're selling you something here. But everything you're seeing is going to go to the Voice of Evangelism ministry. And so thank you, and I hope that many of you will be able to get something. If we do run out, I'll have a backup up here and hopefully be able to bring some more things over during the main event. So God bless you and have a great time. And also notice at OCI table, we have our Holy Land jewelry, and a lot of things from the Holy Land. Some of the things we're almost out of, and once we're out of them, we're not going to reorder them. Some of the Ahav and things like that. So please go by and avail yourself of what we have that's come from that part of the world over here. Thank you. God bless all of you.